everyone, I'm Priyanka from Seabird International, and in this video I'm going to share certain tips regarding IELTS speaking. Now friends, many of you are going to take your exam in January. So I thought it would be really beneficial if I share certain tips and tricks that how to give your speaking, because many of the students lack their marks in speaking, and because of the hesitation they have or because of the words they can't express. So in this video I'll share certain tips which will be helpful for you people. So let's just start. Tip number 1 is use fillers. Now it is a myth around the corner that we should not use fillers, but I must suggest that we should use fillers, because if we use fillers, it gives us extra time to think that what we have to deliver, right? In what manner we have to answer. And if we start our answer while using filler, it gives extra inch. So fillers like to be honest, I guess that. In fact, well, so actually, or that's a tricky question, that's a really good question. Fillers like this. So you can start delivering your answer by using these sort of fillers if you're not getting an appropriate information what to say. So you'll get a time to think about it, right? Other than that, tip number 2 which I have for you is linking words. Now friends, in all of my videos, I always say that use linking words if you're giving IELTS speaking, or if you're talking to someone, if you're giving your interview. Linking words are the words which help you to generate ideas, which helps you to join sentences. So using linking words will be really beneficial for you. So linking words are like, in addition, as well, therefore, moreover, so that, however, plus, to, because, and there are many, although, never, nevertheless. So these are the linking words, these are the connectors, they are called connectors as well. You can use them in your speaking and they'll join two sentences and even they'll generate idea. So by using connectors and linking words while giving your speaking, add extra marks to your speaking, right? Moving to the third tip I have for you is paraphrase the examiner. Now, what does it mean? What does the paraphrase the examiner means? It means you have to rephrase the question. Rephrase the question. Now, how? You have to keep in mind that what examiner is saying, which kind of language examiner is using. So you have to rephrase the examiner, right? In that manner, show your range of vocabulary. Now, you have to use good vocabulary while giving your speaking. It is not important to use extra high Oxford words, but use an average vocabulary if you're not aware of high vocabulary words. But at least use an average vocabulary, right? Other than that, I have an example. For example, if question is asked to you that do you have any brother and sisters? So you don't have to answer like yes or no. You can simply say, if you have, yes, I have got 3 siblings. 1 is my elder brother and I have 2 younger sisters as well. And if you are the only child, if you don't have your siblings, then you can say, no, I'm the only child of my parents. I don't have any siblings, but I have cousins, right? So in this manner, you can express your answer while just saying yes or no. Tip number 4, extend your answers. Now, it is really important at some point of speaking that you have to extend your answers for like 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Okay, this will add marks to your speaking. So in that manner, if question is asked to you, so you can say, like, if you're not aware of the question or it is not clarified to you properly, so you can ask for the clarification. But I guess many of the students have a myth in their mind that if they ask for the clarification, examiner will deduct their marks. No dear, if you are confused, you can ask for the clarification. You can simply say, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand the question. Can you clarify your question for me? in this manner you can ask the question, right? Tip number 5, the last tip I have for you is extend your answers. Well friends, you really need to extend your answers if you want to get good marks. But extending your answer doesn't mean you just make paragraphs and you just keep on speaking like for 4 to 5 to 6 minutes. Simply, if one question is asked to you, simply answer it for like 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, more than enough. So do not just simply answer yes or no. Okay? In part 2, you have to make notes. Time will be provided to you, a paper and pencil will be provided to you, because in part 2 there are long questions which are being asked to you. So you need to jot down your points, whether you make notes or whether you jot down them in your mind. But I guess or I believe that making notes will be really beneficial, because while speaking, sometimes the points which we have jotted down in our mind, we just skip them, right? So it's better you pen them down. You have 1 minute to plan, right? If it can be a cue card as well. So they can give you a cue card or they can give you a topic to speak on. So you have 1 minute to plan. Invest your 1 minute and at least speak for minimum 2 to 2.5 minutes. It will be really beneficial and it will add marks to your speaking. Other than that, in part 3, listen carefully to the question. Now here you have to see your active listening skills, that how active you are. So you need to understand the question properly. Listen carefully to the examiner, what he or she is delivering, right? So in that manner, the examiner can ask you about to predict something or to speculate about the future, right? The question can be related to that. So the example I have for you is, how might education change in the future? For example, if this question is asked to you, in which manner you will reply? You will simply start your answer with, I think children might use more mobile devices in the future. Now, why I have started this question, why I have started this answer like this, because examiner has used might in the question and future. He or she has talked about the future as well. So here I have rephrased the examiner's question. That means that is the tip number 3, paraphrase the examiner, right? So you can simply start the answer in this manner and exaggerate it for 2 to 3 minutes or 2 to 2.5 minutes. So by adding these points and these tips, it will be really beneficial if you add these tips to your speaking session, and while giving your speaking, use these tips and you will get good scores, good bands, right? So this is Priyanka signing off from Seabird International. I wish this video will be really helpful for you. You can comment down if you have any doubts, you'll get answers. Thank you so much.